Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Part 5 of the Great Western Ghost Town Tour. Today we're in Virginia City, Montana, which is a ghost town that's been around since the 1800s, but continuously occupied by people, so it never really was a complete ghost town. Well, we're going to take you around and show you some of the historic buildings and talk about some of the interesting history of this town. Virginia City has a vaudeville theater, and you can come here and see live plays that are put on by live actors. But unlike in the frontier days, they actually have heat and air conditioning.
Five, 7, and H6 binoculars with extra loaded station glass with bright true colors, and the Nikon Monarch 5.
In the 1800s, life on the road was not easy by any means. Horses would throw a shoe, or wagon wheels would break down. Back here you can see where they were fixing a wagon.
As we explored the town, we tried to get some interviews from the Chamber of Commerce, shopkeepers, and historians. Everyone we talked to was camera shy, but we did manage to get the story. In the gold rush days, there was a gang of so-called road agents who terrorized the region by robbing miners, coaches, and trains. The sheriff of nearby Bannock and his men were arrested and hanged for their role in aiding the agents. Many other agents around the territory were tracked down and arrested or killed. This is the S.R. Buford General Store. Now, this building is architecturally significant because most of the buildings on the frontier were built with wood, but this building was built with brick. But not only was it built with brick, but they also put interesting details on there like arches over the doorways. Virginia City is still an active town with real businesses, but intermixed between a lot of these are mini museums and displays of what stores would have looked like back in the day, in some cases with the original merchandise still intact.
This is a typical nail in the 1800s. The blacksmith made these on the anvils, pounding them out, nail by nail.
Behind me is the Madison County Courthouse, which, to this day, is still being used. For the past several days, Montana has been plagued with forest fire smoke, but today everything is cleared out and we can see the mountains in the distance. 3 road agents in this town were hanged for their crimes. This diorama depicts a partially constructed building which was pressed into service as a gallows. This beam served as the executioner's beam where all 3 men were hanged. You can see the chafe marks where the ropes dug into the beam. The men were so despised by the townspeople that they were buried on Boot Hill. The townspeople exhumed their loved ones and moved them to a new cemetery so they wouldn't have to lie with the criminals. A lot of towns sell ice cream, but this one is special because they make their own in these old-fashioned ice cream freezers.
Out of all the ghost towns we've seen, even online, we hardly ever see a toy store. This one has a toy store. Check this out. Look at this, a dress shop. This is actually where they would make the full dresses, or they would size them to you.
Whenever I'm facing the sun.
Oh, see over there? And she'd pull out the wires and put in the wires for different houses.
Which would take a little while.
It would take a little
Because a lot of people would want to call stuff like.
This is one of the most complete general stores that we've ever come across.
No, just looking for it.
Well, it seems like the townspeople here are about as shy as the ghosts were, and there were a lot of stories we heard, but nobody wanted to go on camera and tell them. So if you want to hear the stories, you'll have to come here and ask them for yourself. This concludes our multi-state ghost town tour.